As we review our Sunday school lesson for today, we again are in our fall quarter for September, October, and November, entitled God's Exceptional Choice. And we're looking at the arc of salvation this quarter. And we're looking at the history of salvation from Abraham through Jesus to the early church, including us even right now. And we're coming to the end of unit number 1 for the month of September. And we're looking at the last lesson today. And this unit has been entitled God's Call to Abraham's Family. And we're looking at the call of the father of faith, Abraham, and how through him God increased Israel, his people. Our last lesson today for this first unit for September is entitled Dynamics of Family Leadership for September the 25th, 2022. Our printed passage is Genesis 35, verse 22, the B part through verse number 26, chapter 38, verse 24 through 26, and Genesis 49, verse 10 through 12. As we think about our lesson today, salvation is needed for all of us. Salvation is needed for the lost. It's needed for the perishing. It's needed for the sinner. And whatever sin you want to name here or identify here, you can put it there. Whatever thing you're wrestling with that is right or wrong, you can put it there. Everything that makes you disobey the command of God, you can put it there. And what you will find out is that all of us are sinners, and all of us need salvation. As sinners, we must understand that our sin separates us from a holy God. Our sin separates us from a holy God. And because of our sin that separates us from a holy God, we need salvation. Now, our sin can show up in many forms and in many ways, but it's all sin. And sin can be seen in the arc of salvation from Abraham to Isaac to now to Jacob's children. And we can see the sinful act in our text today that is done by Jacob's children. And it's just a reminder to us, we all need salvation. We all need salvation. But in the story today of Jacob's children and the immoral thing that they did, we find one by the name of Judah, who is not only repentant, but remorseful for his wrong. He accepts what he has done, owns up to it, and is disgusted by what he has done and the wrong that he has committed. And it is this type of heart that is repentant and remorseful that can accept the forgiveness that opens the door for salvation. Amen. When we are repentant and we are remorseful, just like Judah was for what he did in our text today, our hearts must be repentant and remorseful for all the wrong we've done, that we might accept the forgiveness that comes from God. And listen, we all messed up. We all are messing up, and we all will mess up. But there is forgiveness offered to us by God through salvation. I pray now you won't allow anything that you're doing wrong or shortcomings to keep you from accepting the salvation gift of God. Because with that salvation gift comes forgiveness of everything we've done wrong. Thank God that with salvation comes forgiveness.